All right, football fans, what a week we have ahead of us. We're talking massive midweek European action, everything from that classic FA Cup magic all the way to the huge Champions League knockouts. We've been digging through the stats, checking the form, and we've put together a full betting guide for you. So let's just get straight into it.
Hello, sharp bettors and footy fanatics. Man, we have a packed schedule of games all across the continent. But don't worry, we're not just throwing darts at a board here. We've actually got a really clear strategy to tackle all of it.
Okay, so this isn't just a list of random guesses. There's a real philosophy, a core idea that ties all of our picks together. And it really boils down to two key things. We're backing the teams with superior quality, and we're hunting for goals. Lots of them.
So here's what we're looking for this week. First, those confident away wins, where one team is just on another level. Second, we're capitalizing on those clear mismatches in sheer talent. Third, we're targeting games that just scream goal fest before they even kick off. And finally, we're backing those teams that are just absolutely ruthless on the road.
All right, let's kick things off with Monday's games and see exactly how this strategy works in practice. Our first four picks are going to take us on a little tour of Europe. We're hitting England, Spain, Israel, and Germany.
First up, you gotta love it, the magic of the FA Cup. We've got the non-league heroes Macclesfield hosting a Premier League side in Brentford. I mean, this is that classic David versus Goliath story, right? But let's be real, it's a massive test for Macclesfield against a team with some serious depth and a ton of quality up front.
You know the home crowd is going to be absolutely roaring for this one. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Macclesfield even manages to sneak a goal. But at the end of the day, Brentford's quality should just be too much for them to handle. That's why we're predicting a 3-1 win for the visitors. And hey, that also means we comfortably hit that over 2.5 goals mark in what should be a really open, exciting cup tie.
Okay, next we're jetting over to La Liga for a really big match. Look, Girona can be a tough nut to crack at home, no doubt. But they're running straight into a Barcelona team that is in full-blown title-chasing mode. The real story here is the contrast. Girona can hang with most teams, but they tend to leak goals against the big boys. And right now, Barca's attack is just lethal.
So because of that mismatch, we are expecting a totally dominant performance from Barca. Their clinical form away from home is just going to be way too much for Girona to deal with. We're looking at a pretty comfortable 3-0 win here. And with that kind of firepower, clearing the over 2.5 goals line should be a walk in the park.
All right, now let's pop over to the Israeli Premier League. We've got a great clash here, Beitar Jerusalem versus Maccabi Tel Aviv. On one side, you have a really passionate home team in Beitar, but they can be a bit shaky at the back. And they're up against a top-table contender in Maccabi that is just explosive when they play away from home.
Yeah, this matchup just screams goals, doesn't it? We're predicting Maccabi's attack is simply going to overwhelm that home defense. It should be a really open, high-tempo game, and that leads us to a 3-1 win for the visitors and, you guessed it, another over 2.5 goals result.
Okay, to finish off our Monday picks, we're heading to the Women's Bundesliga. And this one, well, it shows a massive gap in quality. Werder Bremen really struggles against the top teams, and now they're facing a Bayern Munich side that is just a dominant force. We're talking about a team known for their relentless high press and absolutely clinical finishing.
Honestly, this feels like maybe the most straightforward pick of the entire day. We're anticipating a comfortable, clean sheet 3-0 win for Bayern. That relentless pressing is just going to create chance after chance, which makes the over 2.5 goals another really strong play here.
All right, so that's Monday all wrapped up. Now, it's time for the main event, Tuesday night. Champions League knockouts, first legs. The stakes are higher, the lights are brighter, and you just know the drama is absolutely guaranteed.
And we start with a massive question, don't we? We're heading to Lisbon, where Jose Mourinho's Benfica are going to try to defend their fortress, the Estadio da Luz, against the undisputed kings of this competition.
This is just a fascinating matchup. You've got Benfica, who are so incredibly tough to beat at home under a tactical genius like Mourinho, versus the sheer star power and knockout experience of Real Madrid. I mean, come on, this is what the Champions League is all about.
In a huge game like this, it all comes down to that big game mentality, right? And ultimately, we think Real Madrid's incredible experience on this stage is what's going to give them the edge. I expect a thrilling, end-to-end match, with Los Blancos just finding a way to grab a vital 2-1 away win.
Our other Champions League match is an all-French showdown, Monaco versus PSG. Now, Monaco is always dangerous at home, but their defense can be leaky. And that is a huge problem when you're facing the kind of firepower PSG brings to the table.
Their quality just seems to always shine through in these big moments.
So yeah, we think PSG's superior quality is going to be the difference maker here too. We're predicting they'll manage to grind out a hard-fought 2-1 win. In an intense battle like this one, goals feel almost guaranteed, which makes that over 1.5 bet look like a real banker. So there you have it. 6 key matches across 2 absolutely massive nights of football. Let's pull it all together on one final tip sheet so you have a quick reference guide. Okay, here's the full rundown. For Monday, we've got Brentford, Barcelona, Maccabi Tel Aviv, and the Bayern Women all to win, with over 2.5 goals in every single one of those games. Then on Tuesday, we're backing Real Madrid and PSG to get those crucial away victories, with over 2.5 and over 1.5 goals in those matches, respectively.
So as you can see, these are some really value-packed picks, all built on that clear strategy we talked about. But before we wrap this up, there is one last and very crucial piece of advice.
And it's this. Please always remember to stake responsibly. The whole point of this is to make the games more fun, to enhance the viewing experience. So enjoy the incredible drama of the midweek football. And hey, let's hope we see these bets come in.
And I'll leave you with one last thing to think about. We've laid out 6 pretty confident picks here, all based on quality and form. But football's never that simple, is it? So my question to you is, which one of these so-called sure things do you think is the most likely to cause a classic midweek upset? Would love to hear your thoughts. Good luck.